This is Sensei Jonathan, and I wanted to talk about a critical question. What are fears? How do they come about? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they helpful? Are they not? So let me talk about the way we present it here at Integrity Martial Arts. And I'm not saying I have the truth on fears, or that I know what they really are, but I think this is a workable model that helps people become more functional and more effective, for them to follow through on things that make a difference. And for me, that's a good model. So first off, fears are feelings. They're not real, like, the way that this is real or this chair is real. There's something that exists in your imagination. And that being said, though, things that exist in our imagination are incredibly important. They determine our self-esteem, they can determine our outcomes. So it's very important, but they don't have any kind of external reality. They're imaginary in the sense that they live in our mind. So are fears good or are fears bad? Well, I would say fears are neither good nor bad. They're simply feelings. And if fears make you do good things, if you're afraid of maybe letting your parents down and it causes you to stay on the right path, well, that can be a healthy fear, right? If you're afraid of getting burned by the stove, well, that could be a healthy fear too. But if fears have you do bad things, like I'm afraid of being embarrassed, so I went along with a bully in bullying a friend of mine, or really anybody. Or maybe I'm afraid people wouldn't like me, so I went and did something with them that I ordinarily wouldn't do. It's against my beliefs. That's where fear can be bad. So, fears are feelings where we anticipate some kind of negative outcome, and they can be good if we do good things with them, and they can be bad if we do bad things with them. So let's talk a little bit more about the nature of fears. What is it that we're afraid of? Typically, what we're afraid of is we have some expectation, some fantasy, some hallucination that something bad is going to happen as a result of the thing that we're afraid of. So I see a dog, and I'm afraid that the dog is going to jump on me and bite me and hurt me. Or I see a ledge, and I'm afraid, oh, I could fall off that ledge and die. Or I'm afraid of, I don't know, a spider, and my concern is a spider's going to bite me. Or I'm afraid of the dark, and I'm afraid that in the dark that something's going to come and hurt me, but I can't see it. So fears are typically not about things that are happening in the moment. We spend most of our time afraid of things, because we're all afraid of things. But we spend time afraid of things that aren't actually happening. They're fantasies, they're imaginations, they're things that we expect are going to or could happen, and that's what we're afraid of. But when we really get afraid, those things appear to us as real. I actually have noticed, I'm afraid, when I get home I'm going to have an argument with my wife, and then I find myself getting, aggravated, or I'm afraid that my daughter or my son is in danger, and I find myself getting scared, even though there's no evidence whatsoever to support what that or if there is kind of hinky, right? So fears are where we typically falsely expect something bad to happen, and that feeling, that expectation creates a feeling in us to the point where we're almost reacting to it like it's real. So it's a great acronym, and I've heard it in a number of different places. I know Tony Blauer uses it. It's false, that's F. Expectations, that's E. Appearing, that's A. Real. So false expectations appearing real. And I think it's a useful thing to understand that what fear is separate from our feelings of fear.